Welcome back, everybody. I've seen all your comments on the last KOTOR video we did, and yes, I get it, turn-based versus real-time combat debate. It is real with my community. Some of you want the classic KOTOR strategy, others want the fresh Jedi-style live action. Trust me, I'm following it at all, and I'm making this video on the day of the Game Awards. So we're going to dive into all the new info, leaks, and rumors on the KOTOR remake and the KOTOR 2 remake with cut content. We are going to go over everything. Welcome to the channel, everybody. Jimmy or Chaos, and yes, I read every single comment on every single video. Now, we could make this video and then the door gets blown off after the Game Awards. Maybe they show it. Maybe they announce it. Maybe they don't. We'll find out pretty quick. This video may age really well or age really bad. First, the big development news. Reliable insider. When I say reliable, I mean reliable. Shinobi 602 on X confirmed that the KOTOR remake is indeed in development under Saber Interactive, specifically at Saber's subsidiary Madhead Games, who is known for Hellraiser Revival. So in other words, Aspire's out, of course, and Madhead is in. Court documents indicate that Madhead with Saber took the lead, and Aspire is no longer involved at all. Saber even stated the remake remains in development and is a priority. So rest easy. The project is alive, just with a new team. But we also got fresh leaks from the old Aspire build. In October of 2025, there was some early unfinished screenshots that surfaced from Aspire's shelved version of the KOTOR remake. They showed gray box test environments, and an example of that is a character holding a vibroblade in a featureless room. They showed modular weapon components, crates, control panels, basically really rough assets being built to match KOTOR's tone. Now these previews, they suggest Aspire was aiming to stay faithful to the original, while also trying to modernize the systems. There was no polished graphics yet, just prototypes and debug overlays. It's pretty common when you see leak stuff. Remember back to the GTA 6 early leak, you had debug overlays everywhere, and nothing was smoothed off or anything. And people usually jump and have a knee-jerk reaction saying, oh my gosh, that looks like crap. Well, that's just part of the process of making the game. Now, importantly, Aspire's build is canceled, not the whole game. In 2021, Lucasfilm announced a remake at E3 with Aspire leading the way. But in 2022, it stalled out, quietly moved to Saber Interactive. So that canceled Aspire's work, and it's mostly a footnote. I mean, some people do wonder if Saber might reuse any of those ideas. I don't know. But Saber says the game is still in the works. So, reveal. Well, like I said, we're making this the day of the Game Awards. There's been rumors, industry insider Kurakasis hinting a big Star Wars announcement is coming very soon. Perhaps today, perhaps this week. There's even been cryptic tweets saying the title of this game ends with The Old Republic, which of course baited people into saying that it was KOTOR related. Now we don't have any confirmation, but it's not impossible that we'll get our first look at TGA. Now on the combat side, like I said, we did a video a while back. You guys sounded off in the comment section. There's no official word, but this is everybody's main concern. And I know a lot of you want classic turn-based KOTOR feel, and you're really nervous about Saber, who is known for action games, making it more like Jedi Survivor. Others, I saw the comments, and you don't mind a hybrid. Again, nothing confirmed, but I mean, keep the debate going. I've read them all, and both sides make good points, and I guess if there's a debate, I should give my opinion. When you're doing a remake of a legacy game like this, where you're trying to hold true to what it was and what made it so special back in the day, some of the things that made it so special you can't really recreate today in modern terms because it doesn't make a lot of sense. 2025 is different than 2023. And the things that made it special back then wouldn't necessarily make it special today. People have kind of changed with their gaming. So on one side, I get it. Preserve the legacy. Turn-based is KOTOR. That is what you would feel if you were playing KOTOR because that's all we've ever felt. But, can we all agree? It can be a little slow, methodical, sometimes almost to the point of boring. So what if you did live action? What if you did it like a Jedi Survivor? Well, people worry that it wouldn't feel like KOTOR at all. So where is that hybrid middle ground? That's the question that needs to be asked here, not whether they're going to go all old school or completely new. Now, I said in the beginning, KOTOR 2. That's it. That's the big scoop of the video today. Yes, a full remake of Knights of the Old Republic 2 is reportedly on the roadmap too. Now this comes from legal filings in the Aspire false ad lawsuit. Lucasfilm Games VP Douglas Riley testified that Project Juliet was a codename for a planned complete KOTOR 2 remake. He said they would use modern art, modern gameplay, keep the story and the general content of KOTOR 2, but they were going to rebuild it on today's hardware. So in other words, a ground-up remake of TSL, the Sith Lords, as opposed to just another remaster. Now, Riley confirmed the remake would include the cut content that was originally missing from TSL. You had the ending mods that fans loved. He said the plan was to redo that restored content as a part of Project Juliet. Now, Kotaku's report backed it up. Riley said that as of March 2025, that KOTOR 2 was on the roadmap. But they would start with KOTOR 1, of course, first. He explicitly noted Aspyr was no longer working on either project. It is all Saber and Madhead moving forward. Comicbook.com covered these findings as well, noting that Lucasfilm talked with Aspyr about a KOTOR remake, codenamed Code Juliet, and that incorporated Obsidian's cut content. So the bottom line here is this. Disney and Lucasfilm want a full KOTOR 2 remake as well. We don't know the timing. Sounds like a conceptual stage. Players on Reddit point out we should finish KOTOR 1's remake before even talking about TSL's, but the paperwork suggests both are on Disney's radar. And it makes sense because if KOTOR 1, the remake, is a huge success and you've already got 2 on the way, that's money in the bank for them. It really is. Now, on this channel, we like to poke and prod with the wild stuff and the rumors as well, so let's do that. Speculation. Larian Studios, makers of Baldur's Gate 3, somehow taking over the development. This has been out there. It surfaced a while back, but there was no official backing to go with it. Larian themselves joked they don't usually take on other IP, so probably not true. The more plausible things are hints like the cryptic Old Republic teaser tweet mentioned earlier. Some think this could even hint at something beyond KOTOR. But, I mean, all the leaks are pointing like KOTOR 1. There's another theory. Saber and Madhead working on KOTOR, maybe elements of the leaked Aspyr demo like the modular weapons or the NPC designs will actually surface or resurface. Others point to Madhead's website, which lists an unannounced AAA game based on a famous and beloved IP. Could that be KOTOR? I don't know. Kind of sounds like it. I mean, there's all kinds of ideas, including HK-47's restored storyline, upgrading lightsaber forms. There's a lot. The one that I really wanted to share with you guys was, could the Game Awards reveal something? I mean, insiders hint at an upcoming Star Wars announcement unrelated to any known projects. Now, we did just get some kind of a digital card game announced, but surely that's not it, right? I mean, Jedi 3 is also in the mix here. Jedi 3. Could it be Jedi 3 or KOTOR? I'd probably go with the Game Awards in that platform. It's probably a teaser for Jedi 3. That's the biggest show of the year when it comes to video games, so I'm going to lean towards Jedi 3. That's my guess. But who knows? Maybe they could actually surprise us. And of course, turn-based versus action combat. We talked about it. Let's talk about it a little more. Should KOTOR go full modern? Or should they not ditch the turn-based system? That's the core. Maybe it's dated. It is dated. What am I talking about? Of course it's dated. You're going to get in there. We're going to have all that excitement and the rose-tinted goggles and the nostalgia feels. And then we're going to go play and we're like, dang, this was really slow. So hopefully Saber and Madhead can come up with some type of spirit with pause and play like current Jedi games rather than a true turn-based menu. That's what I'm actually hoping for. So we'll see. But yeah, KOTOR 1 remake, it's happening. KOTOR 2 remake, it looks like it's happening. Could we see something at the Game Awards? Possibly. I'll keep you guys updated if anything breaks, and I'll see you soon.